In today's lesson, we're going to talk about conversions. So we're going to talk about converting from one unit to another. The chart I want you to have in front of you right now is this chart. We're going to be talking about this chart. We're going to be talking about going from the larger unit to the smaller unit. And then we're going to talk about going from a smaller unit of measure to a larger unit of measure. So if you have a mile's really long, and then you're going to convert it to a smaller unit, like yards. So a smaller unit, you're going to multiply. So think about it. We go from yards to feet, we multiply. We go from feet to inches, we're going to multiply. If we go from, let's take capacity. If we go from gallons, and we want to take that to quarts, we're going to multiply. Because a gallon is bigger than a quart. So we go from quarts and we're going down to pints. They're smaller, so we're going to multiply. We're going to go from pints to the smaller cup version and we're going to multiply. We go from cups to fluid ounces. We're going to multiply. We go from tons to pounds. We multiply. Go from pounds to ounces. We multiply. So if our unit of measure is larger, then we're going to multiply. The same thing happens for the metric units. So if we have kilometers and we go to meters, we multiply. Meters to centimeters, we multiply. Liters to milliliters, we multiply. Bigger unit to smaller unit, we choose the operation of multiplication. So if we're going to go in reverse, we're going to use the inverse operation. So instead of multiplication, we're now going to use division. So if we want to go from grams, and we're going to go to the bigger kilograms, then we have to divide. Watch my hands. Grams, bigger kilograms. My hands divided. You divide. So if we go from yards to miles, we divide. Feet to yards, we divide. If we're going to go from milligrams to grams, we divide. So if you have a smaller unit of measure and you go to a larger unit of measure, remember, those are your labels, have nothing to do with the numbers. If the measurement is going from a smaller measurement to a larger measurement, we divide. So that's how we pick our operation. So let's take a look at these examples on the board behind me. So if we are looking at gallons and we're going to quarts, then gallons, we have to do our hands, gallons are bigger, quarts are smaller, so we multiply. If we go from feet to inches, a foot to an inch, we multiply. When we come down here, we're starting over here at our cups, and we're going to go from our cups over to our pints. Well, we have cups. A pint is bigger than a cup, so we have to divide. If I'm going from pounds to tons, so a pound, and then there's a ton. Well, my hands separated, that means I'm choosing the operation to divide. The next point in the problem is we have to ask ourselves, multiply by what? Divide by what? That answer is also here for you on the chart. So we look for our conversion number. So we take a look here. Our first problem is going from gallons to quarts. So we have to find on our chart, where do we go from gallons to quarts? Well, it's right here. So that means my conversion number is 4. So I come back up here to the board, and that means I'm going to multiply by 4. Now I'm going to do feet to inches. So I come back to my conversion chart, and I see here's feet. Going to inches, my conversion number is 12. That's right. So my conversion here, I'm going to multiply by 12. Notice these numbers aren't part of those are what I'm going to do. This is the process, okay? So I'm finding my process. So cups to pints, I go to my chart. When I find cups to pints, my conversion number is 2. So I put 2. That's going to be divided by 2. I go back to my conversion chart to find pounds to tons, and it's 2,000. My conversion number is 2,000. So I'm going to divide by 2,000. So this is how we decide the process, and we figure out what is my operation and what is that conversion number. It is all there for you on the chart. Make sure you use your conversion charts and work through your practice on the hub.